Hello everybody, so today is cleaning day and Sammy's with us. I wanted to bring this one out. This was my the very first one I cast. This was the one I got. I was talking about it in my last video out just north of my mom's. And you know what I'm thinking? I want to bring this out here because that 14-inch track, I'm going to put them side by side. So this is the one we got from down at the mint patch, and this was the one I got from my mom's. Check out the size, huh? And they are pretty much the same size, even if I put them back to back. That is pretty close, right? So possibly kind of exciting. But yeah, this was the first one that I ever attempted at casting. That, like I say, that one was north of my mother's place in the North Pasture, where Sam and I we still have yet to go on our little tour to the North Pasture, but we will. This kind of got in the way of everything, but that's part of it, right? I have to take care of these things and get them all cleaned up and get it out of the way, but I'm going to just scrub them up a little bit more. This one, I used a lot of, you can see the thickness of it, right? I used a lot of plaster in this one. I'm not going to do much. Like you can see, there's quite a bit of dirt and leaves still in there. I don't think I'm going to get much more out. While I do this, I'm going to put up a picture here. I actually went and filmed this today. This is that new X structure that's just north in the North Pasture. I think there was about 3 people asked me. I'm not sure where they got this from or where they were watching, what channel or what video they were watching, but another researcher or something is thinking these could possibly be representing male and female of the species. I see them in every location that I go to, but for me, they're simply territorial markings. I imagine this person, whoever it is, had a theory. Like if they were saying this is what they believe for sure, or it's just their own theory on the structures, right? But what I know of the structures, it's territorial. They mark their territories. If we happen to be in that territory, I think they watch, they protect, they guard their territory, right? And if you happen to be in their territory, they're going to protect you and your house and anything that's there. I have heard stories of people being chased out, like actually just moved into a brand new piece of an acreage or a piece of land that they bought and tried building and setting up shop, right? And they were actually chased out of the area. I couldn't tell you why the Bigfoot would do that. Maybe it had to do with the individuals, right? Maybe it had to do with the people that were coming into their territory. I don't know the whole stories, but I have heard that. I have heard those stories. And so I think that's about all I'm going to get off of that one. Still a few leaves right inside, and I don't want to start digging them out, so I'm just going to leave it as is. And again, it looks so much like that other one. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think. Okay, but back to the X's. I don't know if they understand X and Y chromosomes, and just on this property alone, there's got to be 10 to 12 X's around and on the property. And I know there's 2 females for sure. I've seen the red-haired. She's very strawberry blonde red color, and like I've seen them, right? I've seen the 2 females, and Oh, as far as I know, there's only possibly 3 males and 2 females that are in this clan. This one here, and this is the one that I call Swan Lake Bigfoot clan. One little one for sure. And I'll put this image up here because this is, I think this right here is a mother and her young. So so there is a little one. But this, I'd imagine that's 3 years ago. So I imagine that little one's a lot bigger. We have a really bad habit of humanizing any animal. To me, it just doesn't make any sense to try to make them more human. Going back to Bigfoot, I think we got to stop placing all these human ideas onto them and trying to persuade others that that's the truth. We don't know. We're not a Bigfoot, right? We're not Sasquatch. Like I'm saying with the X's, for me it makes sense that they're territorial markers. I have that line of thinking too because of the native people. What I've learned from my elders and from my grandfather and my mother, and they talk about the structures that the native people used to use when they traveled, or territorial markers, right? Rock piles and breaks in the forest. They used those as well, but they also marked territories. You know, the Cree, and there would be Chipewyan, there would be Crees, there would be Blackfoots, Dene, but they all had territories and they marked them. And they had their own markings. A Cree come onto a Blackfoot marking, they knew the Blackfoot were there. And there was only subtle differences, right, in the markings, but they knew them. They understood them. And I think that's very similar to what we're seeing with the Sasquatch. They have clans and possible tribes or larger groups. I think they do mark their territories. And if one group is traveling and they come along to these other structures, they know. But anyway, again, these are just my theories and these are just my thoughts. I should add that. So yeah, I don't think the X's and those things have anything to do with Hawaiian X chromosome. That's just, to me, it's reaching. Maybe someone trying to make more sense of it for themselves. But see, again, we can never know 100% for sure, right? Because we're not Bigfoot. We're not Sasquatch, so. And it's kind of a guessing game. And again, like I had mentioned on the other one, I don't want to start digging out the leaves and the dirt. I'll just leave it. Not as much detail. There's still some there with the toes, all 5 of them. I think if there wouldn't have been so many leaves and it was just straight mud, then yeah, we would have got some pretty amazing detail in these. It's just as good as the dermal ridges and all that stuff for me, because that's, I mean, this is at my home, right? See, I got to stop messing around with this. I just broke a piece off accidentally. Okay, enough. I'm gonna put it away and stop handling it. This is all I used to kind of scrub them down. It's just a little kitchen scrub brush. It worked really good, actually. Some were looking forward to seeing the cleaned version. I'll take a couple of stills for all of you. I'll put at the end of the video here. But anyway, I will leave that there. So I will put an image of these all cleaned up. I'm going to put the first one I found with them. Yeah, I still think those 2, it might be from the same Bigfoot. All right, Sammy. This is the north pasture behind me. See, there's a lot of water. So we were kind of limited to where we could go. And so there's a lot of water sitting everywhere. Anyway, I will sign off there and stay safe. If you're out, keep your head on a swivel. See you in the trees. Bye for now.